Hey everyone, and welcome to Team Amation's show, Two Chicks, One Throne. We are here talking about Game of Thrones, recapping it, Season 6, Episode 5, Door. It's just hard, because now everything comes to light 6 seasons later. So, in case you don't know who we are, Team Amazing, I am Kaori and joining me as always is the lovely Ann Campia.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us, talking about Game of Thrones, and we're midway through the season now, officially.
I know, and it's very sad. But I'm not going to lie, every single episode does not fail to disappoint. And they come up with a very culminating ending that makes you just sit on the edge of your seat waiting for the next week. And more than ever at this episode.
Oh my gosh.
So many things.
Do we go there first? I don't know. I just can't contain myself right now.
I think we should.
Yeah.
Because I might piss in my pants if we don't do this. So.
Okay. we better. This couch, I don't think it can take the...
Yeah, so absorption here. We finally understand why... Oh, spoiler alert. This is going to be super spoiler, whatever.
Yes, so definitely bookmark this if you haven't caught tonight's episode, but check it out if you have, because we are about to go right into it right now.
We're going to go... It's going down right now. So we're going to start off with the big thing. Literally, not only do we find out why Hodor is Hodor... But he disappeared. Oh, and what did you think? Like, did you... I checked to see if you were crying. I always do that.
I again had to hold back the tears just because... I mean, I don't know. I
hard.
guess I could just cry. I could have just cried. But yes, it was heartbreaking.
It is.
And it was heartbreaking, and it was like, holy crap. This whole time we always wondered why Hodor is the way he is, and now we get all of that in just this one scene, and it was really hard to watch, though.
It's hard to watch, especially since I think Hodor is kind of the underdog fan favorite.
Yes.
Everyone really likes him, and, they would just joke about the Hodor thing, and now it's gotten real.
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Shit did get real. I mean, when you finally understand just the story behind it and the tragedy now of it, it's a lot to take in, and we just finished, if you guys can't tell, we just finished watching the episode just minutes ago, so we're still trying to process what is going on.
I mean, so many different thoughts are crossing my mind right now in terms of that whole scene.
Yeah.
Just Hodor is the strength, and how is Brandon gonna get away so much quicker now? Because all he has left is Mira. No one's there.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone sacrificed their lives to stall these White Walkers, but obviously they couldn't stop them. The army was just ginormous.
Right. No, that's true. And I don't know how he's going to get away. I mean, perhaps now that he has become, in essence, what the three-eyed raven was for him, does that give him any ability or any way to get out of it? I don't know.
And it doesn't make me feel comfortable when the three-eyed raven was pretty much saying, yeah, you're not ready.
Yeah, he
you're
said,
not ready, but
you're not
ready,
but now you're gonna take my spot anyways.
Yeah, they have no choice. But I mean, I'm rooting for him, but I am just wondering how he is gonna pull out of this with Mira, because they got a lot of people behind them, and they weren't stopped. They were just slowed down.
Right, and I just wonder, was the Night King just after the three-eyed raven? Obviously he's going to go off after Bran as well, now that Bran has kind of taken that place. But I can't see Bran being able to fight him off on his own. And he's got to get somewhere, and he's got to get somewhere quickly.
Yes, he does. And they need to find a hiding spot. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of is hiding, right? So, I mean, they better not tease us and not show any more of that for a couple episodes. They better do it fast. Mm-hmm. That's the one that I'm most ants in the pants about. And I want to mention that for me, that whole scene was a lot more monumental than last week's Daenerys' monumental scene.
Oh, yeah. I definitely think Game of Thrones has been killing it with, that one epic scene that we're getting in each episode.
Yes.
But yes, because I think we've seen that happen to Daenerys multiple times. She's walked through fire before, so it's like, for us, it's just a different setting, but kind of the same kind of thing that we've seen a lot. Mm-hmm. So the fact that Oh, the way this went down, we had I don't even know the woman's name, but she sacrificed herself as well to the night.
Oh, the child of the, I forget her name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
her. Like,
which random thought, by the way, looks like she's played by a Filipino woman. Really
oh,
random thought.
very random.
But I mean, yeah, we see a lot of sacrifices happening in that one scene, and I know
I'm still
Kaori.
laughing.
Sorry.
Wait, so a tree looks like a Filipino lady. Okay.
Just
Noted.
saying. I'm just saying. It could be me. Maybe it is me. But Hodor served his purpose, and you asked, do you think he survives this? And I don't. I think
No,
that's definitely it.
he sacrifices himself. I think he
Yeah.
has to. But watching Hodor in any sort of pain is just extremely painful. And kudos because even the musical score on this show, it just literally plays with your heartstrings. You're like, oh fuck, dude.
Yes. And another thing the show does well, along with the audio, is the flashback to the current. I mean, they did that scene so well, watching Hodor as a young man, and the juxtaposition with what's happening to him in current as he's holding the door back.
Yeah.
It was really, really impactful, and I thought they did that really well.
And I also think that it's just great to have like the big reveal of, holy crap, the children of the forest are the ones that built the White Walkers.
Yes.
That was a shocker.
That too.
You're like, oh crap, that.
Yeah. She's like, by the way,
I'm the one that did this, even though we're running away from them.
God, and it makes complete sense. Everything that they revealed that has to do with the Night King, the Night Walkers, everything now 100% makes sense. Everything that happened with Hodor makes sense. It sucks, but it does make sense.
It does. And though I will say there's one negative in this whole thing is I do wish that we would have saw Brandon go up the tower, which he didn't.
I know you were waiting for that.
I think I made a comment like, what the hell? What tower? Like, what?
Because they can't give all the secrets
I
now.
know. But it was just like, I do. Do you think that they're going to reveal what's up at the end of the tower by the end of the season?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I almost think they're gonna leave that lingering.
Oh my god! If they did, though,
kill you.
It would murder me. It's like Breaking Bad all over again. Okay, so on to other situations happening. Let's talk about Sansa and Jon Snow.
Sure.
I feel that Sansa is just like her mom now.
Oh yeah.
My gosh, she is just so upset, and the innocence is gone, but. I do that reveal that she kind of lied to Jon Snow to have him lead his army. I was like, that's messed up.
Which Brienne called her out on.
Yeah.
I love how Brienne is she just doesn't give a crap. Like, she will call anyone out on their shit. She will admit. She's just a very honest character, and you kind of need that in a mix where there is still dishonesty even within the sibling relationship.
Yeah. And well, I guess like Sansa. Well, Catelyn never liked Jon Snow, and Sansa was kind of the rude one to Jon Snow. But it just, dang, dude, your brother has gone through a lot.
I know.
And you're like, I'm going to do vengeance, and I'm going to plant some seeds to let you know it's okay, when deep down, I don't even know if it's okay.
Yeah. And Jon Snow is so honest and so pure in his own ways. Yeah, Sansa's, I don't know what to think of her now, because she calls Littlefinger out in that
What'd you think
conversation,
of that scene?
which I thought was a very good scene.
I thought so too. Whenever Baelish talks, I don't know if I trust
That's the
him.
question I actually wrote right
Me
here.
too.
Do you think he is being genuine? Because, I mean, the actual actor portrays that character very well, because if I was just watching him act in that scene, I would think, yes, Peter did not know the extent of what Bolton was going to do to her. And then finally realizing it, you could just see it in his face, like, crap, like, I should not have put her in that situation. But yeah, was he being genuine? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say that he didn't know, like I said, the extent of what Bolton was going to do, but he definitely put that whole situation together. That's obvious. I mean, did you like the scene?
I thought the scene was really well played, because if you are meant to be uncertain about Baelish, that worked, because I still have no idea what his full intentions are. We know he's in love with Catelyn and has a weird sick mind towards Sansa in a way, but does he look out for himself, number one, ultimately, or
Always.
what? Right?
Always.
So I'm just curious to know how genuine he was, and that's something we might never find out. We might have to have like a lingering curiosity about it.
It might be to the death, you know. It might be in his dying breath that we really figure it out.
It almost sounded like a breakup too.
It did,
right? It was like, okay, just don't unfollow me on social media.
Right,
don't
go away.
Lose my number.
Yeah.
Call Becky with the good hair.
Do you think he was playing chicken, like because she said, you know, if I wanted to kill you right now, would that be okay with you? And in some respect, and he said, yeah, you can kill me right now. Was he playing chicken? I think
he was being chicken.
Yeah.
I think he wouldn't have let that happen.
Yeah.
And I don't think Sansa would have killed him.
No,
she didn't.
He knew better. He knew she wouldn't.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. I mean, I think he does have some importance for her. For that, we don't know yet, but
I think without Littlefinger having done what he did, and without her having to go through the trauma with Bolton, we would definitely not see her in the position that she's in now. That character being the strength in the relationship between her and Jon, you know, and making the decisions that she's making now. We would never have seen that growth in that character. I mean, it's tragic. It's tragic what she had to go to get there, but I don't think Sansa would be this Sansa if it wasn't for all of that crap.
I think you're right. That's a really, really good point, that she's evolved because of the pain that she went through. Mm-hmm. And that's like kind of life too, right? We become more hard-headed and everything. But one of my negatives is I look at Jon Snow, and it's just like, what, the 4th episode where he's alive and well, or third, well, whatever the case. And I keep thinking to myself, he hasn't changed one bit. There's no repercussions.
I was thinking the same thing.
Right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I love Jon Snow. I'm very happy he's back and he's alive, and that was my hope, and I'm glad that he's alive, but it was like he didn't have to work for it.
Yeah. Or is it still coming, you know?
Yeah.
And it's not something as obvious as in other shows where they start to show signs of being regenerated or coming back to life right away.
Maybe that's because we're so used to seeing that. Or having some kind of, this is not really Jon Snow. He's like a weird person. So that he's perfectly normal. It's a trip, you know? Especially since Melisandre's still there.
Yeah.
She seems really sad and depressed still, even though she did that. It's just like,
I know.
like, she's not proud of herself. Like, no pat on her back. She's like, oh, yeah, cool.
Oh, I know. No, she's been crippled a little bit because, right? Because in previous seasons, you'd still see her kind of flaunting around, you know, taking advantage of everybody in the room. And she's just been hanging back for the most part.
Pretty much, I think she's traumatized by the mistake with Stannis that she's made.
Right.
So, speaking of Red Woman, let's talk about the Red Woman.
Yes.
Over in Meereen. I want to know what you thought of her.
Oh, well, I mean, I know last week we both were like, okay, that's the second, there's another Red Woman. And of course, there's probably a ton of them. It's just, we've only been introduced to Melisandre.
Sure.
So now we have, I looked up her name, I think it's Kinvara.
Okay.
Who, you know, shows up and kind of enlightens Lord Varys on his past. And in essence, convincing him, like, oh, this woman is legit, because how would she know that about me?
That's funny, though, because I mean, there's a couple people that know his story, so she could have happened to have known that. It's not like he's never told anyone. He's told someone. That's how we viewers know. I don't remember who he told, you know? But I'm still skeptical.
Are you?
Because, yes, the Red Woman in the North, I mean, by Jon, Melisandre did revive Jon, so there is power there. But the fact that there's multiple Red Women are like,
I know. And
like, what?
And the interesting thing is that now we have, in essence, what's going to be dueling Red Women. Because you have Melisandre, who truly believes Jon is the chosen one. And then now you have Kinvara, if that's her name, saying that Daenerys is the chosen one.
Yeah.
So that now it's like, which one is right?
Yeah.
Are they both right? I think it's going to be, I would love to see that, you know, Melisandre versus this new Red Woman, and kind of how that interaction is going to play out.
Yeah, for sure. And it feels kind of like a cultish following. You know, you either believe or you don't believe.
Right.
But it's just, the fact that there was another one, I'm like, oh, God. Like,
you telling me you don't want to cosplay Red Women with our necklaces that keep us living?
Clearly, and you would be a better child of the forest.
Yeah, because that's me. That was me. Just revealed that tonight.
Just revealed. But the whole scene, I'm wondering where that's going to take us.
Yeah.
And also, where do you think Daenerys is seen basically giving Jorah a mega boner for the rest of his life?
Did you like the dialogue there and the interaction? I feel like you did.
You know how I am about
yeah.
Sap. I'm like, all right, I loved you. It's like, no shit, Sherlock.
I struggle with that because Jorah, he's a good person, right? And
is he?
I think so. At the end of the day, if I were to put him in the good or the bad category, I'd put him in the good category.
I mean, I think he became good because he fell in love with her and
Right.
he wanted to just dedicate his life to her. But his intentions initially were kind of jacked up.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why she was pissed.
So I don't know if he's really that great. I think he's just in love with this woman. Like, he'll literally wipe her shit off.
But the thing is, do you think he's going to find the cure?
No.
Really? Okay.
That's more like my hope.
Yeah.
Not saying that I want him to die. I do like him as a character, but I just think it would be too easy. Like, I need you by my side. Oh, so suddenly because you need him by her side, he's useful again, you know?
Well, yeah. Now, like you said, she lit the fire.
Yeah.
Like, now he's going to go to all the ends of the earth to find this cure, you know?
I'm just laughing, like, imagining him, like, he becomes a bread woman. He comes back with a necklace.
I mean, but it's possible, and I think there's a cure out there. So it's just, can he get it in time before he turns into this stone?
Yeah.
What do they call them? Stone people? I don't know.
I don't know, but and all the while we have Dario in the middle, like watching them.
And poor Dario is just like, okay, so do you love her or? And then what am I? Dario's just there now.
Yeah, he's like, so you want him to come back? Is what you're saying.
So he told you, yeah, exactly. It's just so awkward for him, or is it just they're just done? Like, is that it? Like they had their kind of sexual encounters, and now he's just by her side as a warrior, not so much as a lover.
I think he's supposed to be her lover, but she hasn't really had time to show that very much lately.
And I did find it odd that, in the scene last week where she walks out and then everybody kneels to her, that they kept focusing on this one Cal in the crowd that kind of looked like her ex-husband.
Oh, yeah.
And I half expected to see him at least kind of next to her, maybe no dialogue, but just in the scenes.
Uh-huh.
But maybe it was just me thinking that they were going to pull this character out as a character.
Yeah.
To befriend her, whereas we didn't see anything of that character in this episode.
Maybe in future episodes.
Maybe.
I wanted to go back because I just saw a note that I totally forgot about. But when Sansa also revealed like the ruse or the lie, whatever, she mentions Blackfish and River Run, and I think for a lot of Game of Thrones fans, it excites them because it's like, oh, her uncle, because her uncle's the guy who basically had to take a piss during the Red Wedding. So he's still alive,
right?
So it's like, oh, shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so, I mean, a lot of things are sort of coming together.
Right.
Or more or less more storylines are the plot thickens.
And it just still blows my mind how good these writers are, or just how lucky they are that they're able to link all this stuff, because I love when shows take something you saw in season 1 and now are referencing back now in this current season. And the fact that this whole time Hodor has been saying Hodor, I know we talked about it already, but and now to unveil like the true meaning of it, it's like, wow, so this whole time when they were writing that character, they knew eventually that he would get to this point.
Yeah. and what's crazy, it just makes me wonder, do you write a checklist of all the main points? And you're like, oh, we got to get back there. Click. Like, do they have a room which is made up of a whiteboard?
They must have it just going all the way across the lines of each character. Yeah, it's amazing.
Let's talk about Arya Stark.
Let's do it.
For me, it's still just not an interesting storyline. I know she's a fan favorite. Mm-hmm. She hasn't really been my personal favorite. There's not much development other than watching her fight. And I think when we were watching it, John took the thoughts of my thoughts out of my head. He basically said, so she can kick her ass blind, but she can't when she can see. It's like, Sorry, guys. I know you guys are might gonna be like, "What? These girls don't like
No,
her.
but it's
She's
my
a
negative
bro."
too. It's 100% on my negative. I think it completely takes you away from the rest of the stories that are happening.
Yeah.
I still don't see where I would love to know where they're going with it, just so I can then understand, okay, we're trying to get here, but for now it has to be really, really slow paced. But I just don't see what the payoff is going to be yet, so that's also bothering me. And it just, like you said, it's very inconsistent.
Yeah, that's a good word. Inconsistent. Even the whole theater scene. It was funny because it mirrors her where she was when she really watched it happen.
Right.
But when she was looking at them backstage, and they might have clarified this in the show, and I might have missed it. But how did she get backstage?
I don't know. I don't know. She seems to be able to sneak her way into everywhere anyway.
Dude,
so.
this brat face.
Yeah, but it's just I'm the same. I'm exactly in the same boat. I just find it very uninteresting.
Yeah.
And they just need to get there. And again, we waited was it last season for her to get on that damn boat to come to that place? I can't remember now.
I think it was a couple seasons ago.
Again, the pacing of her story is just so off from everybody else. I just can't.
Yeah. It even took her, like last season, it took her a while to be in there, hide her. What's her sting? Was that her sword's name? It's in the rock.
The stinger, yeah, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is if it's still there, I'd be like, what the fuck? It's crazy. But yeah, I yeah, like you said, it's too slow paced for my taste, and it's when her scene comes on, it's for me. I'm like, I kind of wish it was something that another scene that would develop. But
yes.
So until then, I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure at one point I'm gonna start eating my own hair. Because I would be like, oh my god, Arya, so good, But till then, but and also we don't want to miss the whole scene with the Greyjoys.
Oh, of course, I put Greyjoy family affairs. What did you think of that? The whole interaction between Yara, Theon, and Aaron.
I mean, that shit completely confused me for a while because it just these guys are just. Like cavemen of the sea.
That's a good description.
They don't really have any smart thought process. They're like, yeah, because she's the queen. Oh yeah, but the brother came back and he has, they just go with whatever they hear.
It's a hot mess, yeah.
Yes, it's a hot mess. And the fact that the brother wants to kill his nephew and niece, like, I don't understand why. Yeah. I mean, he got the throne rather easily, but...
Yeah, it's a negative for me, the fact that Aaron was just able to show up and convince a handful of the men that he was in the right. Wouldn't you think they would revolt once they found out that he's the one that killed?
Yeah, see, that's like, doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then, I mean, to me, I thought like their area, they just wanted to stay in their area and like, this is their kingdom. Don't fuck with it. If you guys come in here, we'll fuck with you. They just kept to their own, but now suddenly he's like, I'm going to lead an army. I mean, go fuck Daenerys, and then we're gonna be seven, and they're like, bizarre. It's like really,
it's like a drunk man's plan. Yeah. The best part of that scene, in my opinion, was Theon, again, kind of rising up, trying to make the case that his sister Yara should be queen. I thought he made an impactful speech, but apparently not to everybody.
Well, I think he did for a little bit until. Bad uncle came by.
And by the way, where was Aaron the whole time? I would have to think like a day or so passed, and he was just hanging out until this moment when he could like come in and make his speech in front of everybody.
And then Yara was like, "Dude, you killed my," because she was smart. Yeah, she's smart. She's like, you come back from the woodworks right when we're picking a king." Yo ass killed my dad. Yes. The guy's like, yeah, I did.
Corey, I would have totally rewrote that scene and just had Yara chop his head off right there and just have it be done.
And the guy kept mentioning his dickless nephew, and I was like, stop. We get it that he has no penis. No,
we had to witness seasons of, of poor Theon.
Yeah.
Like now we have to listen to Aaron say it over and over again. But it's just I just don't care now to see Aaron going after Yara and Theon. And then Yara and Theon trying to, go on with their agenda. You're just kind of going to see this, like, train of events that's happening with this family, and I don't really care for that.
I'm the other way around where I am interested in it, especially Theon and Yara's adventure. Mm-hmm. But it's the brother that just doesn't excite me as much. But I guess it's a huge surprise. And apparently in the books, he's supposed to have magical... He's supposed to be kind of like a mage.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But it's weird. So I don't know. He seems like a drunkard to me.
If they unveiled it now, would you find it believable? Or at this point, have they kind of already written that this character is just, like you said, a drunkard who...
I don't know, because, I mean, I thought he drowned. I thought... That's what confused me. I thought they actually... The ritual for him to become king, I thought they actually drowned him because they didn't like him. And then all of a sudden it was like, no, he just revived and now he's dead, so you can't kill the dead. Mm-hmm. It was like, okay, so maybe there are showing indications that he's magical. I don't have no idea. This is a mess, like you said. Yes. And they need to fix it up. But is there anything else we're missing?
Let's see. Dany commands order, Bran, White Walkers.
I think that covers it.
Yeah. Jon Snow.
Any negatives other than what we mentioned?
Other than Arya and... For me, Aaron now having to go after the siblings. I think I expected, and again, this is every week that you expect you're going to see more of certain stories, and obviously you just have a finite amount of time with Game of Thrones. Mm-hmm. And so while we know now for next week we're going to see Marjorie's atonement, I thought we were going to see it in this episode.
I thought we were too, because we talked about it in the previous episode.
Right.
And I think one of our viewers said, oh, it was teased. But I guess it wasn't. Also, well, man, now I forgot what I was going to say. Sorry. Oh, Sam, we're going to see Sam.
Right, for next week, yeah. Sam's going home.
You didn't tell them I was a wildling.
I know.
They're like, no, I think in this case, your parents or whoever will be like, you brought home a woman. Good job, son. Yeah. Good job, son.
Yeah.
Don't matter who she is.
I mean, and like you said, then it was the last week's episode when we saw them, like they've done okay for themselves, since they've left. Mm-hmm. For Sam to go home. I mean, she even looks like she's cleaned up a bit. So why would
she
that
looks
be
like Hollywood makeover?
Now? Yeah.
It's like, okay. Well, I guess that really covers it. Mm-hmm. So you guys let us know what you thought of this episode of Game of Thrones. I was going to say home again. The door. And also, again, comment below. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and that subscribe button somewhere around here. Yes, demonstrate
sure.
Anne. Vanna White Ann.
Hit the button.
Hit the button. And in the meantime, you can follow us at Team Amazing on Instagram as well as Twitter. And then also teamamazing.com will take you to our prints. So go ahead and check those out. We're going to be doing some sort of giveaway very, very soon because we need to clean those out.
Yes.
And we're going to be at many, many cons because this is the season for cons and cosplay. So we're so excited about that.
We've got to get a Game of Thrones cosplay going.
I know, but
I could do the lady.
You can do Hodor?
I can do the lady. I'll carry you on my back.
You are the lady.
You'll be Bran. I'll be Hodor.
God.
Or I'll be that lady. The one that I said is Filipino. Fine. Sorry.
It's so funny. Like, I can't believe you're watching. You're like, maybe Filipino. Filipino? Anyway, and where can people follow you?
You guys can follow me at Ann Campia. I am a child. What are they called?
Child of the Forest.
Child of the Forest at Ann Campia on Instagram and Twitter, and that's it.
And Snapchat.
Oh, Snapchat at A Campia, and I'm gonna put that cosplay together. I swear.
You should.
And Corey, where can people follow you?
People are going to be like, is that Groot? You're like, no, Child of the Forest.
Hello.
Hello, look at that face. You can follow me, KAORIOUS, on Twitter, Instagram. I'm pretty much everywhere with that handle of Snapchat,
I do that
Twitch,
too.
YouTube. It's easy.
It is easy.
Even though my thing has three consonants and 5 million vowels. So people are like, Kaori and Ann. I'm like, yes, that's perfect.
That one.
So again, thanks again for joining us, and tell a friend today, and thanks, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.